Hey Kupos, what's up? Final here, and today, Final Fantasy Talk, and today we're going to talk about some more Final Fantasy 7. Well, my first time talking about Final Fantasy 7 on my channel, the remake anyway. I know you Kupos have known I've been gone away for a while, and I haven't been on top of the news like I have been in the past for Final Fantasy games. So I'm just recouping myself with everything, and I know that this might not be major new news to Kupos, but I just want to have a full-on discussion with you Kupos about it and see how you guys think about it as well. So anyway Kupos, Final Fantasy VII Remake is going into parts and everything as we know. Part 1 is coming out March 3rd of next year and everything. We're about 3 months away, so it is coming down to the line here really soon. And there's going to be a bunch of other news that's probably going to be coming out for this game in the next, couple weeks or even to the next month. It seems every time an FF game comes out before the release date and everything, there's a bunch of news just gets swooped out from Square Enix, or even just gets leaked in a way, and people really find out a lot more about how this game is going to work, and the mechanics, and the story, and everything. Even though a lot of people already know the story and everything, Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1 is going to go way more into detail with Midgar and everything, which is great. But I have really one concern about Final Fantasy VII Remake going into parts. Now, I know Square has said this before about their games and everything, but it's going to be a lengthy-ish game, and it should be, because for me, what I think is that this game's probably been fought and developed and everything for the last 10 so years, so I don't know when they started working on this game and everything, but I'm imagining that they've had a lot of time to, outline the whole parts and stories and what they want to add, what do they want to explain more and everything. But I'm still worried about how long these games are going to be, because these games are going to be about like $80-$90 a pop and everything. And Final Fantasy Part 1 is, probably, I would imagine, maybe 20-30 hours, maybe. Which, that's a lot. Don't get me wrong. If it's only going to be all Midgar and everything, and then until they leave Midgar, that's a lot. That's a lot of time, and they're probably going to be swinging in a few things. Maybe things that we haven't seen in the FF7 game before, but explained outside of the FF7 game. And maybe a lot of things from Crisis Core, from the past Final Fantasy VII game, Crisis Core with Zack, and all that storyline and everything. Maybe they're going to be adding in a few, flashbacks. That's what I would say. Flashbacks of kind of how Cloud saw things when he was watching Zack be soldier, and the whole jazz with, I don't want to spoil anybody, but, with Seth and with and Jill and everybody. So who knows if they're probably going to be adding in flashbacks, kind of more detail, and obviously these characters are going to talk and everything, so they got a lot more storyline to add with this game and everything. But still, my concern is, one, how long is part 1 going to be? Is it going to be lengthy? I think it will be decently lengthy. I think it'll be about 20 to 30 hours, maybe 40, maybe. And if it's 40, then great job, Square. If you make a 40-hour game out of this for only Midgar and everything, until you leave Midgar, then that's honestly outstanding. But my concern is also number 2. How many parts are there going to be? Is there going to be a part 2? Is there going to be a part 3? Is there going to be a part 4? Because, one, how long are they going to make these parts each? Are they going to equally be the same amount of time? That's my third concern, is that I don't believe part 2 and 3 will be equally, the same length. And like, these games are going to be like $80-$90 and everything. And I just don't want them milking it and everything. And then also, what I personally don't like this. I don't like, for example, what Kingdom Hearts 3 did. Kingdom Hearts 3, don't get me wrong, outstanding cutscenes, and this is going to be the same with FF7. Outstanding cutscenes, 100%. Like, this game's going to be looking great, besides Tifa's Crash. But anyway, the cutscenes and the whole outline of the game is going to look brilliant. But it's probably, like, what Kingdom Hearts 3 did was have a very... And they had a lot of time to make this game, too. Even though I know Square has a lot of projects and everything, they had a lot of time to make this game. But it was I beat it in 20 hours, man. And I wasn't... And that's another discussion for Kingdom Hearts, because this isn't a Kingdom Hearts game, but it was too easy, and you just flew by the game, and the worlds were short and everything, blah 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 blah, etc. So I just hope that they don't make part 2 and 3, you know, fast and quick and get to the end of the story, basically. Because, like I said, they had a lot of time to outline this whole deal on how they're gonna do this, and they probably started working on part 1 right away. And what I think is that they had so much time to work on part 1 and whatever, is that they've like tried to cramp in as much as they can for part 1, which is probably going to be a lengthy game for Midgar and everything. That's why I think a lot of story outline and flashback and past is going to be at the start of the game. But just like a couple weeks ago, they just said that they started developing part 2 now. So part 1's almost done and blah blah blah. They're gonna, you know, seal it up and everything. But just a couple weeks ago, they just started working on part 2, and they say it's going to be more effective and more, you know, detailed for the story and everything. But still, like, I'm sure they got more of a head start on it compared to 2 weeks ago. But if you're really full on still developing this game, you know, 2 weeks ago, one, how long is it going to take you? If it takes you like until next year, then I believe that it's not going to be a lengthy game. I just think it's probably going to be shorter down, and then just rush you into the end. Now, hopefully, that's not the case. Hopefully, Square proves me and my thoughts completely wrong. But with how this outline and everything's going for this game, and just with the price and everything as well, and just milking it, you know, a good bit and everything, I just see this not pleasing a lot of people. Now, I'm sure the game will be outstanding, but like how the format, and then how we have to wait for part 2 and then part 3, and if they're going to add in a lot of stuff that, you know, twists a little bit for things for not just new players but old players for part 1, then they're going to want part 2, and then part 2 is like a disappointment because it's so short, and then blah blah blah. So that's the only thing I have an issue with Final Fantasy VII Remake so far. Like I said, I personally can't wait for this game. Millions on all FF fans can't wait for this game and everything. But who knows how long this is going to be for part 2, and how many parts they're going to be and everything. And, you know, my best case scenario is that hopefully they make part 1 like part 2. You know, a lot of detail, you know, added some more story stuff, things from Crisis Core, displaying a lot, you know, a lot more, because, it, you know, not too much. Final Fantasy VII came out before Crisis Core and everything, so they have this opportunity to just cramp in and then have flashbacks and everything like that. So they can cramp in a lot of stuff on this, but Square, just do one thing that you're kind of known for, besides for like Final Fantasy 14 in a sense, but like you're known for rushing games quite a bit. And I just hope, and I don't think this will be the case, but don't be like Kingdom Hearts where you add DLC later on that make... I want it now. I have the discs, I have the game, that's what I want. Everything on that CD and everything, I want everything on that CD already. I don't want to play it, then be like, oh, there's going to be an update a couple, 2-3 months here from now, and here you go. And then, you know, for me, like, even if it's free DLC, like how Kingdom Hearts 3 is doing it, you know, that's cool, but like still, let's like finish the game when to finish the damn game, you know? That's my opinion anyway. Everybody else is different, like, yeah, free DLC, more story, yay, yay, and that's great, but I just want it all now. you know? So, anyway, Kupos, you let me know in the comments below what you think. I'll be keep updating you, Kupos, with just more FF7 discussions and the news that keep coming out through week by week. Like I said, I know I'm a little bit late with the news and everything that's been going on, but I'm going to be on my toes, trying to get this news out as much as possible like I did in the past, and then hopefully we can have more uplifting and new content for you, Kupos, as much as possible. So anyway, Kupos, you let me know in the comments below, and yeah, so anyway, Kupos, hope you enjoyed. I'm Final, and I'm out. Kupos, see ya!